Hello, and welcome to our presentation to discuss how students can succeed through intentional, purposeful planning and collaboration with the team members.
This is Caleb.
A young boy with short light brown hair reaches toward an infant pop-up toy with his right hand, pulling the lid down, while three remain open. He's looking towards the toy with a slight smile, tilting his head to his left, resting his cheek on his left hand.
He started attending the ECP when he was 3 years old in August of 2021. His medical diagnoses include trisomy 21, drop seizure disorder, cerebral vision impairment, periventricular leukomalacia, and hearing loss. When Caleb started school, he was not yet walking, but was learning to walk using a gait trainer or adult assistance. He could sit by himself for brief periods of time, and he had an emerging ability to change positions and to stand with assistance.
Caleb interacted with items in his immediate environment or things that someone brought to him. He had an emerging understanding of cause and effect, but did not show understanding of object permanence. Caleb did not persevere in obtaining something that he wanted. For example, at that time, he enjoyed drinking from a bottle and would briefly glance at it if it was on a nearby table. However, he did not reach for it, vocalize to indicate he wanted it, or engage any nearby adult to help him get it.
Caleb standing in his classroom play area with 7-inch bolster in front of him, the back of a shelf to his left, and an approximate 8-inch square cushion behind him. Caleb is wearing a padded helmet and walking harness and standing in space unsupported.
2 years after starting at the ECP, Caleb has made great progress. With his gross motor skills, he was walking 15 to 20 feet on his own, but then he would sit down. He could get up and down from the floor independently. He would stand briefly to play, but he preferred to move, and he would keep his head down and look at the floor while walking.
Caleb is using a Big Mac switch to request swinging, while he looks at his communication partner. He also takes an adult by the hand to explore new environments in the school. He is not interested in playing with toys, but prefers social interaction with adults in the room.
Caleb's goals at the start of the 2023-2024 school year included motor planning for climbing over an obstacle in his path, standing for longer than a couple of minutes without sitting down or walking away, and walking distances of greater than 50 feet without adult support.
Caleb's receptive communication goals include following verbal directions to look at a partner when his name is called, give or put items, wave or blow kisses, and locate an item that is named. His expressive communication goal included using an object or picture cue to request or make choices of activities.
During monthly staffings, classroom staff and the related services team collaborated to develop interventions and strategies to target Caleb's goals. Strategies included the establishment of daily routines, front-loaded instruction, and practice time with and without adult involvement. And parents were very involved and communicated regularly with Caleb's classroom team. The gross motor interventions that we used included a designated play area that Caleb routinely used to safely work on increasing his mobility. A 7-inch domed bolster to climb over faced the area he would most likely want to get to, the table where the teachers were, or where the switch for the swing was placed. And he used a tactile cue under his chin to help him look up while standing and walking.
The Big Mac switch was consistently provided for Caleb to request swinging, which we found to be his favorite activity. The switch had a tactile object cue on top to represent the swing, and that was placed on a black background for visual contrast. The therapist would hold the switch within his reach so that he could press it and immediately reward him with a push on the swing. He was required to look at his communication partner when he pressed the switch and before he was given a push on the swing so that he understood that he could communicate with people using eye contact.
The top photo is Caleb sitting next to the bolster, and the bottom photo is the Big Mac switch and his glasses on the black background.
In February of 2024, Caleb's teacher captured the following event that's going to be described in these pictures with a complete video of the event available to view. Caleb is walking around his play area that he has been using for several months. This is what you see in picture 1.
In picture 2, Caleb notices the switch for the swing, which is on the table about 10 feet away from him, amidst a lot of visual clutter. This is the first time Caleb has noticed the switch when it was placed at a distance from the swing.
In picture 3, Caleb has been pacing inside of his play area. He's clearly interested in getting to the switch that he's looking at. He makes several unsuccessful attempts to reach it because of the bolster in his path. Caleb has been working all year on getting over the bolster without adult help, something he has only achieved by half crawling or half falling on a few occasions. Staff are not intervening to assist Caleb at this point. He continues to patiently work out the problem, and eventually, for the first time ever, he steps over the bolster using the shelf for balance support.
In the fourth picture, we see him initially walking past the switch he has been eyeing and walking to the area where the swing is normally set up, although it had not been set up that morning. Caleb has a visual map in his mind of where the swing that he wants should be located, and now has the object permanence to know that it exists when it's not there. The therapist brings the switch closer to Caleb so that it is within sight, but he still needs to move to access it. In picture number 5, he moves towards the switch, then turns to a trusted adult for some comfort before finally reaching out for the switch and pressing the button. He is then promptly rewarded with the big red swing that he has worked so hard to get to. It takes Caleb 7.5 minutes to achieve his goal of getting to the swing. He demonstrates tremendous perseverance and combines the skills he has been practicing all year to attain a successful outcome.
Since this event was captured back in February, Caleb has continued to seek out and explore new classrooms, interactions with new peers, and he now enjoys playing with a greater variety of toys. Caleb has progressed to stepping in and out of his play area with greater regularity and with improved strength and balance, relying very little on adult help. Congratulations, Caleb. You are off to the first grade.
Caleb is dressed in blue graduation cap and gown, walking independently to ECP Principal Paul, who has his arms outstretched towards Caleb. Caleb's teachers and therapists and classmates cheer in the background.